Andrew Cronin, Norwood resident and member of the NHS class of 2017, has been putting his body through the ringer every September for the last 4 years by completing the Murph Challenge. The Murph Challenge, usually done around Memorial Day and started by the Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy Memorial Scholarship Foundation, is not just a physical test, but also a mental and emotional one. Anyone who attempts the Murph is pushed to their limits by completing a 1-mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and finishing off with another mile run. Andrew found out about this workout by a friend in 2020, after the pandemic had sent everyone home.
I was studying abroad in Spain. I got sent home because COVID started. I was at the Cape with my best friend Liam McAleer. He came up to me, he's like, "You want to try out this workout? It's called a Murph." And I was like, that sounds terrible. Like, I surely can't do it, but I'll try, right? So we actually did it along the Cape Cod Canal. There was a pull-up bar there. We ran it. He was a beast. I can't even remember if I finished it. If I did, it might have taken 2 hours, but extremely grueling. It was hard. I was like, finished it, I'm never doing this again.
Andrew did do it again, every day for a month, this time in September of the same year. The question is, why? Why would anyone will themselves to go through that every single day?
And so then going into September, I was going back to school. I went to UMass and all the classes were online. And I was thinking, like, I need something that will keep me from just like sitting around the house all day, because I was never gonna leave. Me and Liam started doing them in September, and like 3 days in, he calls me, and it was brutal. The third day he calls me and he goes, "Yo, like, I don't know why we're doing this. This is so difficult that I need a reason to think about that'll keep me doing, because other than this, we're not gonna finish this. We don't have the will." And then it was his idea. He said, "September is Suicide Awareness Month. Why don't we do it for that?" And I thought it was a great idea, especially because suicide's something that's affected my family, my immediate family. My father committed suicide in 2018. So when he said that, I was like, book it. And then the rest of the month was a lot easier.
The first year, Andrew and Liam kept their reason for continuing to do it between the two of them until the end of the month. They both used social media to recap and reminisce about September and how important mental health and suicide prevention is. They counted on the workout being tough, but what they didn't count on is how much their posts could potentially help people.
Because especially for men, it's not something that gets talked about a ton. And so at the end of the month, me and Liam wrote something about suicide that was very nice, posted on Instagram, and then I recorded a video myself for like 2 or 3 minutes talking about it. And I was so nervous when I posted, I turned my phone off, threw it away, and I turned it on again the next morning. And I had like 80 comments, and there were like 20 or 30 people DM me, and 5 or 10 of them were people that I didn't even know, just saying like how this helped them so much, and that kind of blew my mind. So after that was the first year, I was like, yeah, we're gonna keep this going until the wheels fall off. If anyone needs to talk about anything or wants to pick my brain on this stuff, I find that the way through a lot of these issues is just like reaching out when you need help and talking about it, you know? And I don't have the hubris to think that there's much more I can do to fix this issue or anything besides that. But that's something I'd be happy to do, so. Yeah.
To see what he posted the last few years, as well as his daily Murph times, you can head to his Instagram. Andrew often shares on his story other people's Murph times as well, and many of them have been on this journey with him for a few years.
Liam, who I've mentioned a couple times, me and him, we started this together, so he was there from the beginning. There's a long list of people that have done it and been supportive. It goes up some years, it goes down some other years. Kyle Condon, I think we got on in the 3rd year. He's been huge. Coleman Ivory, I think he stopped doing them like a year ago, but he's a beast. My cousin Jack, for sure. Max Kane has been big, posting it, spreading awareness. Nick Salas is another kid, and I'm gonna forget a bunch of them, but maybe 2 years ago, we had like 15 people doing it at once. Friends I met when I was in Colorado, a lot of Liam's friends because he went to Mass Maritime, from Mass Maritime. And it's cool because to varying degrees, everyone will post things or just, you know, kind of get the word out there. And for a couple of the years we were raising money, we've kind of, this year, for various reasons, not even trying to raise any money, just trying to get awareness out there and see people talk about it. You know, and all those guys have just done that. So the message would be that because I've seen suicide, because it's affected me personally, before this challenge, I thought about it a lot in my life. It's just, whatever, curiosity, or it was something that was very present. And something that I thought about it, the reason, because the two can seem very unrelated. What does having to do this hard workout every day for a month have to do with suicide prevention? And I find that when you're really struggling with things, and especially people that are, contemplating thoughts like that or down that road, the only thing I see that you can do to help yourself is to act, And this is a challenge that's so difficult that no matter how bad, part of it is like, all right, you look back at the end of the month or even while you're doing it, and no matter how bad you felt, no matter how bad you felt about yourself, October 1st, you look back and you're like, all right, maybe I'm a loser, maybe I'm a piece of crap, but at least I could do that. And it's a way of empowering yourself, because the first year we were doing them, before even the challenge and the suicide prevention, in that summer, me and my cousin, Jack Kelly, we did a Murph, and we were tired. We'd been working here a ton, and we would run together. We would always sprint the final stretch, and you call it emptying the tank. And right before we were turning the corner, I looked at him and I said, this right here, it was like 5:30 in the morning. I was like, this right here, this is something that nobody can take away from you. No matter what happens today, this is something you get up every morning, you do it, you put in that work, and no one can take this from you. And I strongly believe that you do that, and then you do it again, and then you do it again. You build the bricks of being able, forget what anyone else thinks, that you can look at yourself in the mirror and respect yourself.